Hello, my dear students and viewers at home. This is online teaching from St. Charles College, Onitsha. I am Igboneme Angela from Fishery Department. Our topic for today's lesson is on production, processing, marketing, and distribution in fishery. But before we proceed, we are going to look at the following specific objectives. By the end of the lesson, the students will be able to 1. Define production. 2. Mention 3 types of production. 3. What is processing of fish? 4. State 3 objectives of fish processing. 5. What is marketing of fish? 6. State 5 importance of marketing in fisheries. 7. What is distribution of fish? And finally, list and explain 3 types of distribution. Now to the lesson proper. Definition of production. Production can be defined as the process of transforming inputs into outputs in large quantities. It is the creation of utility, that is, the satisfaction derived from consuming a commodity from production, that is, goods and services. Production can also be defined as the process of combining various materials in order to make or create something for consumption. Inputs and outputs are important factors of production. Inputs are also sometimes termed as resources or factors of production. Inputs or factors of production can be categorized into 4. They are natural, human, capital resources, and management. Outputs and products signify or mean the same thing. There is nothing that is permanently an output or permanently as input. The relationship between factors of production, that is input, and product output is what is termed production. Production is therefore converting raw materials into finished products. Types of production. There are 2 types of production: direct production and indirect production. A. Direct production. This is a production system in which an individual produces goods and services only for consumption and not for sale, but used by the family. Usually, the production scale is small. B. Indirect production. Goods and services are produced on a large scale, usually for sale or exchange for other goods. It is management system that involving modern equipment and highly skilled manpower. It is a system that involves more than an individual. Indirect production is subdivided into 3. They are primary, secondary, and tertiary production. 1. Primary production. This refers to the capturing or catching of fish and selling them directly to customers without any processing. 2. Secondary production. This is transformation or conversion of fish into semi-finished or final products or processed acceptable to the consumers. Example, processed canned fish products or processed shrimps. 3. Tertiary production. This entails the provision of commercial and professional services to the people. Fish products that are produced at primary and secondary production levels are distributed to customers. This group include wholesalers, retailers, and transporters. Now, we are going to look at the processing of fish. Processing of fish. This refers to the processes linked with fish and fish products between the time the fish is caught or harvested and the time the final product is delivered to the consumers. Processing of fish can be defined as a process carried out on fish for preservation. This usually involves the removal of scales, fin, gills, and gills, then washing for preservation, at the same time improving the quality of fish. Now, let us look at the objectives of fish processing. The aims of fish processing are: 1. To prevent the fish from deteriorating. 2. To prolong the shelf life of the fish. 3. To retain the desirable quality of the fish. 4. To retain the nutritional value of the fish. Fish processing. The fish processing involves the following: the gutting, the gilling, the scaling, decapitation, and washing. 1. The gutting. This involves opening the abdomen and removing all the internal organs. This could be done with the aid of a sharp knife by making a cut along on the side of the fish and from the anal opening along the stomach to the base of upper colon. 2. The gilling. This refers to the removal of the gills of the fish. 3. The scaling. This refers to the removal or scraping of the scales from fish such as tilapia. 4. Decapitation. This refers to the complete cutting off the head of the fish. 5. Washing. This is the final process to be carried out when all the above processes are completed. The fishes are properly washed using flowing water or clean water in a basin with lime to remove any odor for immediate and future use, packaging, and storage. Tools used in processing of fish. There are various materials used in processing of fish. They include: 1. Knives. 2. Basins. 3. Tables. 4. Cut-resistant hand gloves. 5. Cutting slabs. 6. Water. 7. Containers for storage. 8. Flat knives. 9. Weighing scale. And 10. Processing apron. Marketing of fish. Marketing is a management process through which goods and services move from the producer to the customers. It involves the series of human activities by which a product is exchanged between the producer and the consumer, during which the place, the time, form, and possession desires of the consumers are satisfied. It is also involve pricing of the products, its distribution, and advertising strategy. The most common products in fish are fresh, iced, dried, and smoked fish. They are bought by high and low-income consumers. Types of marketing of fish. There are 3 types of markets for fish and fish products. They include primary markets, secondary markets, and higher secondary markets. Primary markets. These are traditionally fish marketing and distribution systems located in fish landing sites and villages. They involve the collection, processing, and transportation of fish from fisher folk in remote landing areas and fish farms to the major consuming centers. The activities in most parts of Nigeria are carried out by women. Secondary markets. These are involved in the wholesale distribution of products from primary markets through channels, usually through commissioned agents, to urban areas. Fresh fish could be sourced from rivers, lakes, seas, and fish ponds. Higher secondary markets. These markets receive fish often in processed form from secondary markets through commissioned agents or representatives. Higher secondary markets are not isolated as they can be linked by roads and rivers. Fresh fish is sold at a landing site to middlemen processors who smoke the fish and sold distant wholesalers or middlemen transporters. These fish then pass through some intermediaries before getting to the retailers who finally sell to consumers. Importance of marketing in fisheries. The following are important features of marketing in fisheries. 1. It locates area of surplus production and relocates to produce to areas of shortage. Thus, it ensures a supply of fish to people who need them. 2. Income from export trade provides foreign exchange. 3. It informs the farmer on what and how much a produce is to produce. 4. It creates employment for the people. 5. It attracts basic amenities to the rural communities. 6. It encourages or motivates farmers to produce more. 7. It ensures growth of the fish industry and continuity. 8. It increases efficiency in business operations. And finally, it ensures customer satisfaction and improves the standard of living of people. Functions of a marketing system. Marketing systems have three major functions. A physical function. This is a series of activities that involves transportation, storage, handling, and processing of fish. B. Facilitating function. These include all non-physical activities that are involved in the smooth running of the fish market intelligence and risk bearing. C. Exchange function. This is the judgment of value usually expressed as price. It comprises of negotiating for the type of the fish and products in a favorable term of exchange. This is the buying and selling function. Problems of fish marketing. The following points are problems of fish marketing: lack of funds or capital, negative activities of middlemen, poor transportation and communication system, inadequate storage and warehousing, poor marketing organization. Now, let us look at the definition of distribution of fish. Distribution of fish. This is a process of making a product available for use or consumption by a large number of consumers through a distribution or marketing channel. Distribution can also be defined as a process of making products or services available for use or consumption by customers. The capacity to spread goods normally involves a good transport system to distribute the goods or services to different geographical areas. Types of distribution. Generally, there are three major types of distribution. They include intensive, selective, and exclusive distribution. Intensive distribution. This is the kind of distribution that aims to saturate the market with products by using all available outlets for the distribution. Intensive distribution is required when customers or consumers have several acceptable products to select or choose from. That is, if a product is unavailable, there are other products to be chosen. Selective distribution. This involves the use of limited number of outlets by the producer to sell his products in a particular geographical area. exclusive distribution. This is the type of distribution in which a singular wholesaler or distributor controls all the distribution in a geographical area. It is an extreme form of selective distribution. My dear students, we have come to the end of this lesson, but I would like to evaluate you with the following questions. 1. What is production in fishery? 2. Mention 3 types of production. 3. Define fish processing. 4. List and explain 5 processing in fishery. 5. What is marketing of fish? 6. State 5 importance of marketing in fishery. 7. Define distribution of fish. And finally, outline and explain 3 types of distribution. I will expect you to send your answers to my WhatsApp contact 080-377-24180. Again, 080-377-24180. Thanks, and may God bless you all.